guys, it's Fiona. I'm back today with another little project, and what I made was these little vintage paper scrolls. I made this one. I've seen someone else make them, and they weren't actually for junk journals. They were just, just to make sort of on their own. And so mine's a little bit different, and I wanted to do it a little bit smaller, and it just gave me the idea to make these little vintage scrolls for your journals so that you can put some little notes inside. Just another little way of adding a little note, or you might have something secret that you want to write. So this is what it looks like, and I've just written, it's a little wish list that I found on the internet, so I wrote that out, and it just rolls up from either end like this. And then I've just used one of my little circles. I can't remember where that's from. It might be from one of my floral kits, or it might be from one of my freebies. But if I do find it, I'll link below the kit that it's in. It's just a little circle with a floral circle. And then I just put an I-Ching coin on the end there because that's what I had. You could put any little charms, and you can put one on both ends as well. So I'm going to have a go at making another one, but I want to make this one a little bit smaller because I think this one might be a little bit big for some junk journals. So yeah, I'm going to have a go at making one a little bit smaller. So I'll show you how I did it. Okay, so with the last one, I actually used plain coffee dyed paper, and I tore the paper first down to the strip that I wanted, and then I coffee dyed it. But for this, I'm just going to use already coffee dyed paper, and this happens to be lined paper, but it doesn't have to be, it can be plain, because you can draw the lines on afterwards. So, but my paper is quite brittle, so what you need to do anyway is wet it down a little bit first, because wetting it down first makes it easier to roll. So not too much. I don't want it to be saturated. I just want to make it a little bit damp. So it's going to be a smaller one, so I'm probably only going to use about half of this paper. So I'm just going to rip it in half, roughly in half. And you'll need to handle your paper really gently once it's wet. And then I'm just going to decide how wide I want it. It doesn't need to be very wide because it's going to be a small one. So I'm just going to start ripping one side, just in a random fashion, so that it looks like old worn edges. And that wasn't very straight, but I might just rip this down a little bit more. and then decide how wide I want it to be. So maybe about here. And this may even be too long, but I'll roll it up first and then I'll think about whether I need it a bit shorter. The first thing we want to do with this is we want to ink the edges. Now that you've ripped them, you'll see the white edges around the page. So I'm using a sepia ink, so it darkens the edges nicely. You could use Vintage Photo or Walnut Stain. Probably be good too. And as I said with the last one, I actually tore it first out of a plain piece of paper, and then I just coffee dyed that little piece of paper, and so I didn't have to ink the edges. But yep, if you've already got coffee dyed paper, this works. And I'm going to do both sides. Just making sure I'm in the camera. Yeah, I am. So now our paper's looking nice and aged. Like that. And what I did with the plain paper was I then went in with just a pencil and a ruler and I drew some lines. So if you're using plain paper, you can do that. And I sort of made them, some of them go all the way across, some of them only halfway across. Sort of did it like broken lines, so it looked older. So now it's still a little bit damp. I might just make it a tiny bit more damp, not too much. Just one spray. This is just so that it holds the roll well. And if you've got something to start it with, like a little round stick, maybe a knitting needle, something like that will work. This one might be a bit thick. No, I don't really have anything thinner, but just sort of to the middle, and then we'll start rolling at the other end. This is just to get it going. Like that. And so at this point I probably wouldn't write on it because it's still damp. But you can write your little note at the end. But I'm just going to roll this and then start wrapping my string around so that I know where I want to stick it. So this one, yeah, this one's a lot smaller than the other one. That's probably a better size. What's my strip? It's probably about 2 inches wide or 5 centimeters in width, and I'm rolling it reasonably tight using this. So I've got some white embroidery cotton, is that? No, crochet cotton, sorry. So I'm using this, but I want to also make this look old and distressed. So I'm going to run it through my ink. Or if you've got, you know, a better colour, some already brown, or not brown, but actually gold thread would be really nice if you have some gold. So there, I've just aged that up a little bit. I just don't want it stark white. Put my little roll there, and this is probably too long, but we'll cut that off in a minute. Tie it fairly tight. Oh, lost my knot now. Try not to push on it too hard. But while it's wet, it's still flexible, so it is kind of important to just very slightly give it a mist of water. Come on, Fiona. I'm trying to tie a bow, but it's not working. Okay, let's do it again. I do know how to tie my shoelaces, it's just as soon as I try and do it on here, it won't work. So there we go, just a little bow for this one. And then this circle's obviously going to be, I guess I can wrap it around. But yeah, if you've got something a little bit smaller, maybe a smaller circle, a little butterfly. I've actually got this butterfly punch, and I was thinking that that might be too small. But yeah, I'm still going to use this one, but you know, this just gives you the idea. You could put a little heart, or if you have a wax seal, that's a really good idea, is to use one of those little wax seals, but I don't have one, unfortunately. I did have some little faux wax seals. You can buy them in sort of most cheap craft stores, and they're sticky backed, so you just stick them on. So I might have to get some more of those. Oh, come on, glue. This is my tacky glue. It doesn't want to come out. Go. Plenty of glue. And then you just glue that on, and that's going to hold your string in place. So I'm just going to undo it again, just so that I can press this down without ruining it. So there we are. on. All that's left to do is to write your little message. Or you know, you can leave it blank for the recipient of the journal if you're selling your journal or giving your journal away for them to journal on. And I'm just going to write notes up the top here. I've got my little calligraphy. It's a little calligraphy pen. Not that I'm very good at doing calligraphy, but just written that up there. And then roll it back up. Well, first I want to put my little coin on the end. A lucky coin. Or, you know, you can put anything on the end. This is just, you know, this is just what I had. So, beads or another cute little charm, like maybe a feather, something like that, or a tassel. But just giving you ideas. Why is it I always have problems tying knots on camera? I don't know. There we go. Oops. Down the end a little bit further. And there. Now I'm going to cut that off a little bit. It doesn't matter if it's a frayed end because it's kind of a bit more authentic, I think, frayed. And then you could put a dab of glue on your knot just to make sure it stays, if you wanted to. And then let's roll it back up. Let's do it like this. Needs going down again. I'll just tie it up. Tie it up if my fingers are going to work. Some days your fingers just don't want to do what you want them to do. Mine don't anyway. So little bow. And there we have it. There's our little one. I just need to stick this down a little bit more. And you could either put it in a pocket or an envelope, or you could actually glue say the back part of it here. You could actually glue that to the page, and so it's like a little interactive bit. So then they've just got to undo the string and open the little scroll. So that's my little project share for you today. I hope you liked that idea. And if you haven't yet liked and subscribed to my channel, please do so. I have lots of journal and paper crafting videos on my channel, and I have a lot more ideas to share with you guys. And if you aren't a member of my Facebook group yet, I have a free printable every Friday in my Facebook group, and we get to make something with it. So if you're interested in some free printables and some paper crafting and junk journaling ideas, I'll link my Facebook group below. And thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.